5 steps to use an outsourcing strategy to supersize and grow your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Done a lot of outsourcing in my day, so maybe I'll share a story or two. But let's talk about the 5 steps to create and do outsourcing effectively. We want to make sure that it's benefiting us. We don't want to make mistakes like I have in the past. So first off, let's talk about what the heck is outsourcing. Outsourcing is hiring or taking key pieces and key components of your business and hiring someone else or partnering with someone else to do those pieces of your business for you. We can have business process outsourcing. We can have information technology outsourcing. We can have knowledge type of outsourcing, so like research and development, technological advancements and things. IT outsourcing is things like your security for your organization, your IT, your networking, anything that has to do with memory and data storage. But then the analysis of that data or using that data or doing research and things would be under knowledge type of outsourcing, not under information technology. And then business process outsourcing is probably the one I have the most personal experience with, is when we take a key process of our organization and we outsource that. So HR, accounting, what are some other things I've outsourced? Taxes and, yeah, that's accounting. I call that under finance and accounting. But anytime we take any type of thing and we automate it and have a third party be doing that for our business, that's a form of outsourcing. So we'll follow 5 steps to make sure that we do that right. Some of the things and the benefits of outsourcing, of course, are cost savings. You know, we outsource things because we don't have to bring that all in-house and manage it ourselves and hire experts, etc., to manage it for us. It allows us to actually access specialty and detailed experts. You know, if you don't have an IT department and you outsource that, you can have access to all the things that an IT department does without having to pay the overhead, the salaries, the benefits and things for those people. Although inadvertently we all pay for them anyway, right? If we outsource it, we still pay for it. It allows us flexibility and scalability. That's one of my favorite things about it. It also allows us to mitigate risk. If we've got experts doing something that we might not be awesome at, we're probably going to get better results than if we just try to wing it. So then what are these 5 steps? What do we need to do if we decide we want to outsource things? When I first decided I wanted to learn about outsourcing for one of my manufacturing businesses, I bought 5 books on it from probably not Amazon. I think it was still back in the bookstore days. I read all 5 of them. And like my friend Abel Beckford would say, think of the problem you've got and then how you want to solve it and read to find the solutions. And so that's what I was literally doing. I was reading a bunch of different perspectives, a bunch of different information about that, so I could figure out what was the best way for me to go about outsourcing different pieces of my manufacturing business, because I wanted the advantages of it. I wanted to save money. I wanted to get experts. I wanted to mitigate risk, because there's risk in manufacturing, and I wanted to also have flexibility and be able to scale that business. So the first step we use is to define clear objectives. Why are we outsourcing? What do we want through outsourcing? The very first thing I ever outsourced was my accounting and my taxes. And so I interviewed, and this comes in the next step, is make sure that you select the right partners. I interviewed 15 people before I selected my accountant, because I know, based on what my dad taught me with different businesses, is that once you get hooked up with an accountant, you really don't want to switch. They got all your financials, they've got all your history, they've got everything, and it makes it difficult to switch. So I was very stringent on myself, making sure I interviewed and I found the right person that was a match for me, my philosophies, my organization, and that would still bring expertise to our financing and our accounting and our taxes, because I knew that I didn't want to be an expert in that stuff anymore. Third, we want to go ahead and implement robust governance frameworks, meaning we want to have systems and processes in place for saying who does what the expectations are, who's responsible for what, and things like that. Governance. I mean, who does what? Govern things, right? And then fourthly, we want to make sure that we have effective communication systems in place and forms of communication, so that we can ask questions and communication will flow smoothly between us and our outsourced entity or person, so that we get things don't get lost. Just like when we're, managing other people inside our organization, outside our organizations, it's just as or even more important. And I think a lot of people are finding that with a lot of people working from home still these days after COVID, that your communication systems are critical. It has to be effective in order to continue to function. And then finally, we want to foster collaboration and partnership. And I'm going to add again a sixth one, continuous improvement. We want to always be improving our processes and our systems and the way we're doing things, especially when it comes to outsourcing, or I guess in addition to all the other things we do plus outsourcing, so that as we learn things, we implement and change our frameworks and our governances and our processes and the way we do things, so that we're becoming better and better and better. We want to always be continually learning, continually improving organizations, whether we're outsourcing parts of our business or doing them internally. We want to strive for excellence in terms of what we do, how we do it, and how we show up and serve in the world. So love to know your experience with outsourcing. Like I said, I've outsourced so many different things and different functions and automations for my different businesses at this point that I'm trying to think of something. I usually don't outsource a couple of things like overseeing and control of finances. I'll outsource parts of that, but I don't ever outsource the whole piece of it. Why? Because that's how people take advantage of you and steal all your money and destroy your business. Ask me how I know that one. But I'd love to know, do you have experience with outsourcing? What has been your favorite way of doing it? What's the number one thing if you had to outsource something or could outsource something right now? What would it be? I even outsourced things in my home. Housework was the first thing that I outsourced in my home. All right, that's it. Have an awesome day. Holiday weekend here in at least America, I guess pretty globally. I guess Christianity and Jesus rising from the dead is a pretty big deal everywhere. So have an awesome day, and I will of course be with you tomorrow for our I was going to say final step in our Let's Grow Annual Challenge process, but that's not appropriate, for some kind of a way to supersize and grow your business. Have a great day.